Today I want to talk about my YouTube channel and how I have been struggling with YouTube for the last 1 year, I guess you can say. But it's not because I wasn't working hard enough. And I don't think it's because I didn't know what I was doing either. It's more so because I decided to slow myself down. Not by making bad decisions, but by making decisions that felt smart. And that's also what annoys me the most. But I just want to say that if this is your first time here, hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Peter, and I really hope that you will enjoy this video if you're looking to get some insight on how YouTube works and what I feel about YouTube and, you know, like my mistakes about YouTube that I've been doing for the last year. Either way, I think it's nice to meet you if we haven't met already. And if you're looking at this and you've been here for a very long time, then welcome back. Thank you so much for being a constant supporter. Everything that I'm about to talk about in this video is probably going to sound very reasonable, but also very responsible. And that is also probably why it took me so long to actually see what it was. Because none of these things is going to stop you immediately when it comes to making YouTube videos. They're just gonna slow you down. And quiet slowdowns are the hardest ones to notice. And one of the biggest hurdles to overcome is that you're waiting for the perfect conditions. That is something I've been doing for the last 6 months. I've waited until I felt ready to record a video. I wanted to have the right energy in my videos, and I wanted to make sure that the setup was perfect, and maybe I could change the light a little bit or add a little bit of light here and there. And I also wanted to have the right mood, because sometimes you wake up in the morning and you don't really feel it, but then you kind of need to make a video anyways. And what happens to me is that I start telling myself that I am patient because I'm saving myself for the right video. But what actually happens is that I'm just postponing things that I need to do anyways. There's been plenty of times where I just walked into the studio, I sit down here at the desk, and then I start to look around and I start thinking to myself, well, you know what? I should probably do this tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do it the day after tomorrow because tomorrow I might just not feel it. And the dangerous thing here is that you won't notice it the first day that you do this. This is something that comes over time. And eventually, there's been a week that has passed by and you haven't uploaded a video. And then 2 weeks has passed by and you haven't even recorded a video. And then 3 weeks has passed by. And all of a sudden, it feels like this big project of recording a video is overwhelming. But recording a video is not actually a big project. It's something that we can do in like 2 hours if we want. Which kind of brings us into the next thing, which is making my videos harder than they actually need to be. I think it was when I was done building the wooden deck that I started thinking to myself that I needed to make more complex videos. I needed to add more B-roll. I needed to add different camera angles. I needed to have more intricate storytelling. Not really because I needed it, because I could make the videos either way, but more so because it felt like progress in a way. I've talked about this very thing in the previous videos that I made, but every single extra step that you need to do adds friction to the videos that you want to create. And the friction itself is probably not going to stop you from making the video, but it will make you hesitate on why you should make the video. Say, for example, that it takes you 5 steps to get started to record a video that you've been thinking of instead of 2. You're gonna subconsciously start to think on why you shouldn't go through all those steps to make the video instead of actually just doing it. And I also started to get into my own headspace and thought that I needed to optimize the video before I actually made the video. I started to optimize the title, the thumbnail, and the SEO, and everything else that comes with making a YouTube video before the video even existed. So basically what happened was that I tried to fix a problem that wasn't even there to begin with, instead of actually making videos. You can't optimize a momentum that you don't have. I've also tried to work the way that other creators do with scheduling their videos or, having the same workflow or using the same format as different creators do, but it looks good on their channel, but it doesn't fit mine at all. I'm not saying that you shouldn't try what someone else is doing, but what I realized was that a system that works for someone else can quietly break yours. I also reached a point, I think it was this summer, where I started to treat every video as the most important video that I made. It had to be like really good. It had to be generating a lot of views. It had to be the best performing video that I made. But the pressure of thinking that way didn't make me make better videos. It actually just made me slower in the work that I do. Because in my opinion, speed and consistency is what builds confidence. But the pressure is what is going to kill it. So now I'm looking back at it, everything kind of makes sense because none of this stopped me from making any videos. Hell, I've been uploading a bunch of videos, over the course of 2025, but it made everything heavier than it needed to be. Hesitation is always invisible until you start to look back on what actually happened. So I think that what actually slowed my growth here on YouTube last year is that I kept on optimizing my feeling of being ready instead of just sending the videos. Basically, every decision that I thought reduced my uncertainty to make videos also reduced my output of videos. It's not that I was avoiding the work that I need to do in order to create a video, but it's more so that I tried to find other things that made me more comfortable instead of doing, the uncomfortable thing of starting to make a video. I'm gonna say that most creators don't quit what they do. It's more so that they find a point in their life where they need to slow down. But when you start to slow down, the momentum is gonna be harder to bring back up again because, it's always harder to start something than just keep it rolling. So you don't need fewer ideas. You don't need better gear. You need less reasons to hesitate on why you should make a video. So I'm gonna say that if YouTube feels harder than it should be, it's not because you're bad at something. It's more so because your process is fighting you. So I'm very curious to hear, what is it that slowed you down? Why? And what's your experience with YouTube this last year? Do drop a comment down below. Peter from Sweden is saying thank you for watching the video. Have a good one.